Nothing will make me lose respect for a man faster than to be in the presence of a man and he see me struggling as a woman or see any woman struggling and he won't even take his hands out of his pockets or lift his hands to help a lady. I was just now in a setting struggling to lift an office chair that was really heavy to get it from one place to the next place, and I had to lift it and carry it a short distance. Two men stood by in executive positions and watched me struggle to lift that chair and watched me struggle to carry that chair to where it needed to be to return it to less than, it was a very short distance back to its proper place.
Really?
If men will stand by and watch you struggle, even in lifting a chair, they will stand back and watch you struggle in other areas of your life.
Yes. Just like women.
When it comes to women, children, and senior citizens, I have a soft place in my heart for those three populations because they are the weakest populations on the.
So you openly admit you don't have a soft spot in your heart for men. And then you wonder why we don't have a soft spot in our heart for you. You know?
Face of the earth.
My question is, did she ask for help?
I think she gets the fact that a man will watch something, a woman struggling, and will not offer. Isn't that like a part of chivalry or something? It's like she's speaking to men aren't willing to offer their strength or offer their services because we know men like to feel, feel like the hero and they want to feel needed.
Yes, men do like to feel like a hero, and men do need to feel needed. That's what makes us want to do things when we feel needed. But you women spent the last 40 years destroying men and saying, I don't need no man. So men don't feel needed because you're independent and you can do anything I can do and better. Sound the horns. My daddy's in the building.
A woman struggling with her groceries or with a box or furniture, whether you're an old woman, a young woman, a teenage girl, you want a man to be like, well, let me help you with that, young lady, or let me help you with that, beautiful, like
but
that.
You gotta understand it from a men's point of view, because if you think about it, the way things are going today, let's say she needed help with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom, he helps her, and they were in executive positions. How do they know that she won't go and say, oh, he touched me and did this when he was lifting it up or brushed against me, call the police, be on TikTok, it happens.
No, you can't say that.
No, it's like a form of protection.
You can't say are protecting themselves against possible accusations if they're gonna help. If that's the case, if you can't even trust a woman to help her, damn relationships, men ain't even gonna ask women out on dates, and vice versa. So if you can't even trust her to help you to do something,
men have the right to be scared though.
But wait a minute. Men cannot be scared at the same level as women. We can't have more beta males and alpha males in our society. We just can't. You can't say, well, I'm afraid. Well, what are you going to do if a burglar was supposed to pop out and get you? You going to run?
Once that man enters my property, I have full right to take his life. When you disrespect me, I can't do anything. So if I never come around you and don't help you and take any chances of getting anything said about me, well then I never get in trouble, right?
I have to say, there's something else going on here. You guys are listening.
But this is the kind of culture that was created and has been cultivated over decades. When we had the two-parent household, it was cool until it wasn't. And then feminism came in and then all kind of other stuff. So with the feminism, chivalry died. So why?
But men are supposed to
Right,
help
but
women.
the thing is,
With Mike, let her finish.
but why sit there and want the traditional version of men, but then we're not traditional versions of women.
You know, if you say to me, I'm not following those laws of God anymore, I don't have to, and I say, shit, she's right. I don't own her. Even God says so. And then I go read the book more, and it says, any woman that doesn't follow me, you don't be around them no more. You don't help them no more. Because I told you to help the women and the widows that believe on me. You know, follow the laws and stuff. They don't say they don't need men. They know they do. They know. They'll never utter those stupid ass words.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, are we going to be independent, or are we going to be, we need help, we want chivalry back? Which?
You know, you can't have it both ways.
One is it? You got to pick your battle, because those two things can't be true at the same time. I'm sorry.
Pick your struggle. Struggle by yourself or struggle with us. You know? It's I mean, I don't know.
Sorry. You got to pick a side.
For me, it's like men are supposed to help women. Doesn't matter what it's like a biological.
What the fuck are you talking about? Do you understand the reality of free will? You just said men are supposed to. So you're supposed to give me head just because I want it? Just because you got lips? Because it biologically is there? No. No one's supposed to do anything for anyone. You choose to. Why? Because you feel needed. You know? When yous don't look at us, when yous get away from me, Dusty, when yous all decide to do that to, 80% of the men, and only go after 20% of the men because God only makes 20% of men look good, and man only allows 10% of men or less get really rich. So yous want all of them, and then I'm supposed to lift chairs up in grocery bags. Even though I'm one of those guys that still do that, you weaker, you young chicks, y'all don't get that all the time. The pretty chicks, y'all don't get that. You strong enough. Well, unless I'm feeling good that day. But mainly, like she said, older women and younger people. Why? Because they're the weakest. And I do it because, I follow the laws of God. A lot of other men won't do it because you broken their spirits. And what are they going to get for it? Men used to get things for this. I'll lift your shit up, put your shit away, you'll walk in the building, won't even fucking say thank you. It's pathetic.
It's innate. It's innate nature for men.
Oh yeah, because you think it's my nature that I just do things and you don't have to fucking do nothing to earn me doing things. See, back in the day, majority of women treated other men they never slept with or was going to sleep with nice. You didn't show off the little nerd guy like, what the fuck are you asking me for a date, you ugly motherfucker, you fat motherfucker, you broke mother. You didn't do that to people. You said you're not in my caliber, you're not on my level, or no, I'm not into you. You didn't embarrass niggas. You didn't shame men every chance you got. And now that we've taken the hint and said, alright, well, they're not into me, so I'm never getting nothing from none of them. I can't even get a smile back. I can't get a hi. But she wants me to lift that couch upstairs. Get the fuck out of here.
To want to protect women.
But they're not supposed to look at that man.
So it's like,
unless that man has married you, he has no entitlement.
Right.
No,
And I be taking
no.
that.
And yous really forgot that. See, when you go really far back in the day, a man never did anything for anyone except the men that he knew and his mother and father. The woman in his life was his wife. We didn't do this dating shit. We didn't do the I need to get pushy, so I'm gonna be nice to as many women as I want. Niggas didn't do that back in the day. That's why Hot Girl Summer wasn't back in the day. And you gotta go back to the not too. It's always Hot Girl Summer, but y'all know what I mean. It wasn't like this. And yous are really wondering why yous are breeding these men. First of all, yous already bitch up majority of your sons. They're getting stepped on by the younger women, and now we're in the second or third generation of this shit. And the ones that, like I said, they're like, I give up. I give up. Giving up on getting women means I give up on doing nice things for women. Because that's what we do to get women. But if 80% of men are not getting women, that means 80% of men are going to stop being nice and just go do whatever the fuck they want to do.
It's not about doing
Man,
to put
you're
yourself
not
in
entitled
danger.
to anything a man,
Well, let me finish what I was saying.
his money, his
So I'm not saying that the man should go and put his life in danger, but like the woman said, she needed help just carrying some things up the stairs or something like that. It wasn't like she was asking him to pull out a gun or like to do.
As I'm carrying your heavy object up the stairs, I can slip, fall, it land on my head, and I can die just from helping you. But no, slipping and falling down the stairs doesn't happen. Yous are retarded. Yous are retarded. You don't realize how many times a man that's actually just being nice to you is saving you from falling down. Oh yeah, you do. That's why you don't want to bring that heavy shit up the stairs. Because you know you're going down. You know it's going to fall on top of you. And you're scared to fucking death. Because you need a man.
It was more of like helping her to do something, you know,
Did you hear about that man
So
who defended that woman?
No, that's what I'm saying. The video that we watched, if we're going to talk about the video, let's talk about the video, or are we talking about like in general of men helping women? Based on the video,
I think it's all about.
Okay, but it was a video reaction. Based on the video, what the woman was expecting was just with help carrying something. So for me, whether man or woman, if you see someone older than you see that someone is struggling, you should, as a human being, forget man, forget woman, as a human being, you should want to help. I just...
Why? What the fuck do you think makes men do these things? You just think men automatically gotta have morals and rules in them. No, other men instill this shit into them. Yous really think we come equipped with just fucking law, honor, and the Lord with us. No the fuck you don't, nigga. And because yous won't pick men to be with to instill that into the other little men you keep creating, well, what the fuck do you think you're gonna get? A new group of men that have valorous honor? There's nobody to teach them.
Feel like it's basic human decency to want to help someone lift something. That's, I'm going based upon the video. Obviously, there are different, when it comes to situations where you have to choose to put your life in danger for somebody.
Oh, so it should be normal human reality of a man that wants to help another. And yeah, you're right. You know what? You're actually right about those things. But when you keep getting shit on, wouldn't that dull the senses of wanting to do that? If you gotta hear every other fucking day, I don't need no man. If you gotta keep on helping women and get nothing for it, you know? Eventually you start realizing, what the fuck am I being nice for? What's the natural thing for them to be doing for me? Because if I have something that's built into me to make me understand that I'm stronger than she is, and when she needs help, I'm gonna help her because it's the right thing to do. I wonder if, not going after the 20% of men because you're not the hottest woman. You get it? Maybe that's why men used to help out, because you did nice things for men. But now you only do nice things for Big Dick Tyrone and Chad with the money. So go get them to do it. Oh, they don't pick things up and put them down. unless it's you.
Yes, that's a whole different situation. But because I'm going based on the video that we watched, what the woman was asking for, I don't feel like it's anything that was too drastic. I mean, even a woman could have helped, lend her a hand to carry to carry whatever it is that she wanted.
Isn't it funny that women never do though? Isn't it funny that what one man can do, three women can do, and yous will walk past each other and won't help each other? You know, you can still get the job done. It's like ants. They team up and they get shit done. They don't complain and say, the fire ants that are taller than us, they don't help us. We're gonna just sit here and one day they're gonna do the right thing. No, they get out there and get shit done. They say, get together. All together we can get this shit done. Fuck them niggas. We got this. Yous pop shit and start talking about chivalry. Yous told us to stop being like that. You don't need me to open the fucking can of soda. You're just as strong as me. And you can open it better. You don't need me to carry the couch upstairs. You're just as strong as me. And you can do it better. Why do you need me? You're the superior one.
So that's what I'm going based off of. We're going to talk about like where the man has to put his life in danger for a woman he doesn't know. That's a whole separate conversation, and that's, for me, I feel like I would have different answers for that. But I think this situation was just so small that I don't think...
Skip.
They're not going out of their way. They're not going to go out of their way for men. They're not going to go out of their way for men. Women are not going out of their way for men the way that women want men to go out of their way for them.
Finally, we got a woman that actually understands the reality of you can't play tennis if you're the only one serving the ball and the other person doesn't pick the fucking racket up. You're just hitting balls over there. What are you talking about? We can't play. You won't serve the ball back. You won't play. You won't play the game. You just want me to keep hitting balls over there. And men are like, nah, I'm tired, dog. If you're not going to do nothing, then I'm not going to do nothing.
Women are not out here doing female things or feminine things for the men to make...
They don't even know what those things are. The first thing they're going to say is, what, do you want me to have sex with you? That's what yous are all going to equivalent to. What do they want us to have sex? Yous don't even know what being nice to men is anymore. Yous don't even know what the fuck that means. And I just explained it fucking 17 minutes ago.
Them feel however they need to feel as a man. So why is it that we're having all these expectations for them?
Because the TV told you to lose those expectations, and then the TV told you to have those expectations, and men are becoming just like you. See, men have learned nothing can make yous wake up except raw, hard truth, you know? And then, since the alphas and the swindlers, they're never going to run out of tricks. Yous are always going to whatever. So what happened is, the good men that yous would be with, because they're just good enough in order to... See, those guys even too are starting to get it, because they feel bad for the other ones that's behind them, that stand no fucking chance. Because they don't look good enough. Their body's not built enough. You know? They're not handsome. So they don't stand a chance. We barely stand a chance. And we're sitting around like, why the fuck am I being nice to chicks that are home? They're not even going at me. They can't smile at them. They don't even fucking... You want to talk to them. Say, yo, you want to go on a coffee? You want to go on coffee break? Take a little coffee, you know, want to talk? Why are you hitting on me? I asked you to get fucking coffee. What are you talking about?
That's because men and women are not different. Women don't come to a man's rescue. And we're not even talking about, I don't know what level you're talking about, but if we're talking
I'm just talking about from being like a pillar of rest. From what women are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be submissive. We're supposed to be pleasant. Like Anton said, you rebranded yourself. You look pleasant. You look more receiving. You look ready to receive what somebody else has to say instead of just...
Oh, like I said, you don't even know how to fucking be women anymore. How about some of you start telling men, the truth? How about you start hooking men up with, That's what, when niggas was in your friend zones back in the day, they either knew they wasn't, they either thought they had a chance, you know? But then when you find out you don't have a chance, it's because she's not into you. And she tells you this. And you stay in the friend zone because you're like, yo, I like chicks like you. How the fuck do I get chicks like you? What's wrong with me? And then you, like the good friend, you be honest because you feel bad for that man. And you go, well, it's this, this, and this. We like these taller men. You're not tall, so you got to start working on. We like fashion. You better start learning how to dress yourself. Here, let me dress you like the man that I like. You get it? You used to tell us tips and tricks and tell us little things so we can grow the fuck up and become these guys. But you said no. You forgot that shit. You forgot. Now your friend zone is just for fucking free meals, dude to cry and think he slept with me and we gotta listen to your shit. We don't get any tips. We don't get any tricks. And that's why friend zones are becoming less friend zones. That's what you get it? That's why most of your friend zones are, gay guys now. And other women. And a man he doesn't even understand what's going on usually. Because once men understand, I'm getting friend zoned, and when I talk to her about my problems, she don't give a fuck. But I gotta listen to her cry for 3 days over a fucking guy she met a week ago. Get the fuck out of here. I'm in love, but he doesn't like me. You met him for a week. What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's pouncing. That it took something in you to change it in your mind to where it's like, oh, let me fix myself. Let me be softer. Women nowadays are not like that, Dalen, and you know this. So men need softness. Men need women to be women, but it's not that. So if women want men to be men, then women need to be women to men.
I mean, that would literally be the easiest way, but women would have to remember that men are useful to them. And then once they realize that, they'd be like, all right, so the guy that's useful that let me treat him a little bit better. Let me try to help him find a woman. It's like, what the fuck is the point of being nice to a woman? Chivalry died. It's beyond just because of all these little games and used sound of horns. Chivalry was for a reason, like it kind of comes out of the Bible. Duh. You don't understand this. You think that there's a magical thing that makes men become gentlemen. It's the Lord. If men didn't write these books and have to reinforce it, teach these things, then they go away. And the people that come in the future, they don't know these things, so they won't do these things. And if someone else tells you how to live another way, the opposite, well then, we're all figuring it out now. What happens? A bunch of women talking about, why don't men open doors anymore? Why don't men that I don't sleep with, nor smile at, nor talk to, nor know exist, but they walk past me every day and try to get a little high from me? Why do I think that person should even want to do anything for me? I don't care if they exist. But the men that I do know and see every day and probably sleep with, I wouldn't even call them niggas to come do shit for me because I know they're going to tell me no. But I don't complain about that. Call the niggas you sleep with. What the fuck are you talking about? You's a goofy. You's a have a roster of dicks but can't get a roster of niggas to come fucking move you a refrigerator? That doesn't even make sense.
But that does not defend.
Oh yeah, they'll just tell you no. And that's it. They'll be like, I'm busy.
And her saying, well, it's a shame. I don't think she was complaining, but more so making an observation that what we're used to is that if you're carrying something, if you need visible help with something, if a man sees it, he wants to help. When he sees you with groceries or sees you moving furniture, or even if he comes to your house and he sees that you have a leaky faucet. He wants to offer his assistance. I think she's saying that we see so many men not being able to offer that in a sense where you can say, well,
Because so many men have been told, as you go to do these things, the woman be like, no, I don't need your help. Not even, I don't need no man's help. Not giving attitude. Regular, no, I don't need help. And then struggle and strain just to prove she don't need help. When a man sees that enough times, you start realizing like, oh, alright, a lot of these chicks really got this independent, I don't mind struggling to get this shit done. You know? I'm proud that I'm gonna struggle and I'm gonna get it done. I can do this shit. We start believing that's what you really want to do. And then we find the video with you in the car talking about, I can't believe these niggas didn't help me. I didn't even ask nobody. And, they should have just knew. What do you mean we should have knew? We come from a generation, multiple years of watching you do things on your own. Now you're getting older, and that same thing to do is getting harder and harder, isn't it? You just can only talk that tough shit when you're young. As soon as y'all start getting old, y'all be like, yeah, I need some help. My knees is buckling, my back's. Yeah, well, be nice to men. Maybe if you're nice to some men, not flirt with them and pretend you're gonna be with them or something. No, be nice to men. Be of service. There's things we need, Let a man ask one of yous to do something. Let a man drop a soda on the floor and ask you to pick it up. You look at me like I'm crazy. But you want me to pick up a fucking 50-pound fucking bag of clothes or something. Get the fuck, this shit is crazy. Like, you just gotta realize that. You want complete strangers to help you. But you's probably never helped complete strangers. You get that?
don't want to be taken advantage of by a woman who may treat them like crap anyway. And it's like, you don't get to say to yourself, well, I don't want to help this elderly woman. I don't want to help this young woman. I don't want to help this little girl because what if they're mean to me? You can't worry about that.
Why not? Why not? Why are we not supposed to worry about what if she's crazy? What if she's gonna whip her phone out and say, he's trying to steal my shit? What if we're not supposed to worry about things? Why not? We're supposed to be like blind robot. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yous understand that the chains have been ripped out of our minds. And we realize that we have a choice.
That's stupid. So I think that saying like, oh, well, you wouldn't do this for me, how do you know?
Because yous don't. If yous did, the 80% of men, or 70% of men that don't get no dates and shit, that refuse to go outside because they complain, I don't even get looked at, I don't even get talked to, I could just be nice and say hi and they will fucking play me. You gotta realize there's a lot of men that you are online admitting that yous destroy them. And they're not even trying to fucking be with you. They already know they can't get with you. They're just saying, hi, you're cute. Ilk! That's the alert! Like, what the fuck?
Someone needed help and you decided not to help them. It has nothing to do with, oh, well, women are misbehaving these days. And on top of that, why are we saying, conflating a woman that's unlikable or a woman that doesn't deserve someone to help them should be put in the same category of a woman who's clearly minding her business and is noticing she needs help and a man didn't offer? Sure, she could have asked.
All right. How many times did a man need help and you said no? How many times a man probably be fucked up and say, excuse me, miss, do you have $1? I need to get on the bus. And you said no. Get out of here, dirty. But he doesn't even look like a fucking bum. He actually looks like he's going to work. And you look at him, motherfucker. He know you going to work. He see you every day. He see you getting on the bus. That's why he asked you. Because he could see you're a responsible person too. And you'll blow that motherfucker right off. let some cute drug dealer come up to you in his car and say, damn, man, I forgot my wallet. Can I get $1 for a coffee, shorty? Know what I'm saying? You get wet and throw him a fucking dollar and tell him, here's my number 2. Get the fuck out of here with this.
But she's pointing out that, damn, usually a man would offer before you even have to open your mouth.
Well, Darren, I think you're missing the point.
Yeah.
I think you're missing the point of why I think Anton wanted to cover this. And I have to also say that I think that the men are onto something when they say that, at least online, what I see is women have, and congratulations, more freedoms and ability to move about the world like they have never before been able to in history.
See, the thing is, all the bad stuff you see women doing to men online is just one thing. When you gotta see this shit in live action, when you see it everywhere you go, when your eyes finally open, it's real. Even women say it. Like, yo, women they're bad. I don't know how men lasted this long. I don't know how men kept the blinders on their eyes for this long and didn't realize, all right, just stop doing everything for them. They don't need you. They don't want to date you. They don't want this and that. Oh, yeah. Just leave them alone. Don't do nothing. Give them what they want. And when we finally did, now we got this. I don't know why yous won't help us. Because you asked for it. That's you got exactly what you asked for.
Right? Women are evolving. They have more privileges, they have more education, they have more financial freedom. They are evolving. The problem is that...
Are you sure? Because if you evolve, then it means you're better than you was before. If everything's fucked up, that means you're worse than you was before. So you de-evolved. What the fuck are you talking about? This is the shit that I mean. We're the most educated. You don't even know what fucking evolution and de-evolving is.
They want certain things. They want certain behaviors. The men didn't suddenly have some awakening, right? So the men have been kind of here the whole time. And what I think the men are saying is that women who have this stance of, I'm, educated, I'm my own boss and everything else, but I want to pick a la carte the things that I like about patriarchy, that I benefit from, and I want those things to say because it benefits me. So it's like, okay, I don't like the whole, stay at home, this and that and the other, but I want to work, but I also want you to give me your money, and so.
You know what's really funny when I hear that? I really think, because, I actually look up history and shit, and it's so sad to hear women say the stupidest thing. Women were not allowed to work. Alright, so what did women that didn't get married 1,000 years ago, what did she do to survive? I'll wait. What'd she do? She worked. Yous are fucking stupid. Have you ever heard of child labor, you goofy motherfuckers? If they were enslaving children and putting children in mines and to build train tracks and shit, you don't think you niggas was working 2,000 years ago? You don't think you were working in Jesus' time? You don't think you was working before that? Women just don't work the whole time since the caveman days. Well, how the fuck did women survive, the ones that didn't have men then? Because you kind of outnumber us, like, most of history. So, how did you survive without men? Oh, yeah, you worked for men or families. There's things, you can pick things up and put them down. Don't you got a job now? Do you lift up the heaviest shit? No. Do you cooks and cleans? And usually, when you don't have a husband, that's usually our job. You cooks and cleans for other people. Right? Right? Yeah! That's why men been trying to tell you is, you're either going to marry a man or you're going to marry your job. And if you're really not an educated woman, well, you're going to cook and clean. And then you just complain about it. I get to be freeze, but I works at McDonald's and I cooks and cleans. And you could have been doing that for a man and not had to do so much work. Do you see how it evens out now? Working for a man means you don't have to work all the time like you do. You know? And then pay all those bills like you do. You get it? That's the whole, you get that? And then since, you know, you don't have the cooks and queens 8 hours strong, that means you get to have a side job. You know, like women always had. You really think back in the day, the housewives didn't bring money home? Yous are idiots. Yous don't learn. You won't even read about your own fucking history of women. Yous talk about the women back in the day like they were bums. Like they were sitting around fucking doing nothing but getting pregnant, making some food, and then sitting around all day. You know how hard it was to live back then? You know how fucking hard it was? It took 5 hours to make a meal. That shit wasn't easy. And then they came up in a time where they needed people to have multiple children to build cities. So that's why Grandpa had 9 kids and they were building the fucking the place we live in now. You telling me Grandma back then had it easy? Nah, I think it was a lot harder than you realize. You know? Don't go. You want to see how hard it is? You can't get a wood stove, you know, because you're probably in the city. But you know what you can do? I'll give you one old school task. Go buy the old school real washing machine, you know, the wooden thing with the metal in the middle, with the motherfucking, the ripples on it. And then you wash your clothes like that in your bathtub. You do one fucking load. And you tell me them women had it easy, nigga. You tell me they had. You won't make it through 3 outfits. You won't make it through 3 outfits before you're talking about my arms is tired. Y'all acting like they had it easy. Y'all know nothing. Without a washing machine, half of you wouldn't need to work out. Oh yeah, I wonder why the women back in the day were a little more fit. Oh yeah, because the jobs are harder. They didn't have all these machines. So if they didn't have the machines, then you know, do you understand that this technology is a good thing, but it made you accessible to say, I have this machine. I don't need you anymore. And then you find out, I still need love and companionship. The machine can't give me that. You get it? All your fucking machinery, all this goofy shit, yous always figure out eventually, I still need a man to be my friend and pick things up and put them down. It's a fucking joke.
My money is my money and your money is my money too. I'm gonna put you on TikTok because you opened the door for me. You're gonna give somebody a hard time. Like literally, I had to get after my own daughter because I have one son, and my son knows that if I approach a door, I pause and wait. He is opening the door. And my little girls were like, oh, why are you pausing? I said, because that is what a gentleman does.
Yeah. It's called being trained to be a gentleman. No. You don't train. You expect a man to just do it. And you just keep forgetting. Men teach that. A lot of you don't teach your children this. So what kind of men do you think is going to be in the world? The only ones that are going to be that way are the ones that go and learn it for themselves and understand why they should do it. You ain't getting shit for it. You don't get a high and by and a da-da-da-da-da. That's why most niggas stop doing it, because they don't get nothing for it. They don't understand why they supposed to do it. See, when you read it in the Bible, then you understand why you're supposed to do it. Because you understand you're getting something for it. And it has nothing to do with fucking women. Goofies.
What he does. And they were like, well, he doesn't have to open up. I said, that's not the point. I had to tell them because the indoctrination of these women is real. It's like, It would be different if we wanted to be completely autonomous, right? And say we're going to just live out. But no, we still have these expectations of men that are very traditional. We want them to be providers. We want them to be protectors. We want them to have all of these things that we really, really like about the patriarchy, just not that other stuff that we don't like. And so if just think about if it was in your situation, you wouldn't think it was fair. So I'm just saying that a lot of men are just saying, well, you like it, I love it. You like it, I love it. Like,
you know, we see how dangerous that can be if we continuously allow men to just say, you know, I don't want to do simple things because I'm fearful.
Continuously allow? How the fuck can you stop us from using our own brains? This is what I mean by you women are so outdated. You don't even realize you're running off Willie Lynch syndrome still. You're talking slave owner shit. We gotta get these niggas back in line. The fuck is wrong with you? Oh yeah, you're a black woman.
Or I don't want
What do you mean?
I think the women who are out here saying that that men are irrelevant, that they're not needed, that they're all violent, all of the things. Like, listen, I have listened to women online. I'm not saying it's you, Damon. I don't know. I'm saying that I have listened to women say the most horrible thing. Imagine if ever.
I don't know why everybody's gonna front with this. Oh, I've seen it online. We all see it in real life. Stop it. Stop fucking acting. Everybody's acting. Oh yeah, they told you to act right, not be right.
Every time you open your phone or open your laptop, there's something bad being said about you. You would feel a certain way. You wouldn't feel endearing.
But I don't make a cop out because I can say the same thing. Like men, like now, you know, I get talked about. You know, Dalen has a big mouth, this, that, and the third. That does not mean when.
And like I said, when you see it in real life, then you'll understand. 80% of men are invisible. They're fucking NPCs to you. You do not see them until you need help. Men have gotten used to living in the shadows in the daytime, not being noticed. So when you get used to not being noticed, you start not giving a fuck about the world because the world doesn't give a fuck about you. So you're like, I'm free. I don't have to worry about nobody but me. If I want to choose to be nice to this woman today, I can. Wow, this is what real freedom is? I don't have to do. Yeah, I don't. Now I'm only going to be nice to the ones I feel like it. Oh, sort of like what women do. I'm only going to sleep with them men that I like. And since, you know, we don't like a lot of yous, you got to wait until you're old because you're not a baby anymore. And I'm a man of the Lord. Like I said, I still help regardless. But my patience have dwindled. And there's certain women I laugh at some of you younger chicks when I see you struggling. Because you deserve it. You're going to learn the hard way like the rest of you. You're going to learn to start being nice to men. You're going to learn that you already have men that'll help you, but you made them feel like shit. So now when you call them, they say, I'm busy. Stop making every man feel like shit.
A brother says, or any man says, good morning, young lady, you look beautiful today. And I say, well, you looking not too shabby yourself, young man. Like,
stop fucking lying.
I'm not going to say to myself, I ain't saying shit to that nigga. You know, I'm not going to, or even if I see, you know.
Well, maybe you do. Majority of black women I see, that's what I get. Or you get not noticed, you know? And then when you're in a different when you're not even around your own people, you know, you live in a Spanish town or white town or whatever town, and then, you know, we're everywhere. There's always a sprinkle of niggas in there, you know? When we even see each other, the sprinkle of niggas, you chicks won't even fucking look at a nigga. It be embarrassing. I'm like, damn, nigga, I ain't seen another nigga in man long. Did I see him? I'm like, yeah, I just want to high five a nigga like, yo, what's good? And y'all look at a nigga like, why you looking at me? Because you're black. I want to be nice to my black woman. And you won't receive that. You think I'm trying to hit on? You're fucking ridiculous. But if you need help, you'll be looking for my black ass then.
something that I could do for a guy, I'm not gonna tell myself, well, shoot, he could be dangerous or he could be this, because then I would be consumed by fear. I would be consumed by.
Stop playing the same exact thing I just said. A woman will give me an excuse of, I don't know you and you could be dangerous. And I would have to accept that and be like, oh, alright, I look dangerous to you. That's why you won't look at me. I can accept that. You look like you don't need help. Can you accept that? Duh. Maybe you should ask. Because, you know, like the woman in the beginning, she didn't ask none of those men to do anything. She looked over, probably like a goofy, and then looked at the chair, looked back, and then picked the shit up and did it anyway. You get it? And the two men probably were standing there like, yeah, I'm a CO, you're a CO. She's a black woman. We're in the worst time of white males getting destroyed. COs are getting fucking assassinated. Do you want to take a chance? Nah, I'm not taking a chance, Billy. You just gotta understand the world we're living in right now. A lot of shit's happening to a lot of men. And men are like, nah, I'm not taking no chances. Women have destroyed men just by saying they did something. You just can't go back on all the men that got destroyed and made videos and other women that brag constantly and say, yes, I destroyed men. You just gotta calm down with this. You just gotta realize all the women that went super overboard, because I see what's really going on. I said it before. A lot of women are only following this fake ass trend because yous are 4s and 5s, and they souped you up like all the hottest men are gonna want you if you have these certain attitudes and you dress these certain ways. They lied to you because there's not even enough of those men that actually exist. And then when you woke up and found out that majority of your leaders were actually playing for the other team, and now that you hate men, they can sleep with you and then convert you. Yeah. A lot of you are fucking waking up to that shit is like, it's the other side. You goofies. It's women playing for the other team, women that don't get picked by men, because they got bad attitudes and all this, and they blew their chance, and now they're older, and they're mad. And then they soup the next generation up, like, oh, men are this, and we could, if you do it like this, and then you just go and do these things, and you just get the same results. Except it's getting worse. You're getting worse results now, you know? Because something that is actually wrong, you can only go that way for so long before you destroy the thing that you're fucking doing. You've destroyed the bond between regular men and regular women. We're not friends anymore. We don't have communities anymore. It's just people walking the fuck around. Community, actually knowing the woman, knowing the people around your place, that's why men helped. Now it's just everyone's a fucking stranger. And you know what they say about strangers, right? What your fucking parents teach you about strangers? Stranger danger, goddammit. Like, goddamn, y'all don't realize y'all twisted this shit so far that it's literally dangerous for a man to be chivalrous. You can get your feelings hurt, you can get hurt, you can fucking get arrested, you can get belittled, you can go, there's so many different things that can happen. Now, we ain't acting like it's always gonna happen like that, but like I said, years and years, and you are starting to realize the most chivalrous men are not the niggas with the big dicks and the most money, you goofy fucking assholes. Now you're just starting to realize who the fucking chivalrous men are. The regulars. That's who's chivalrous. That's who's valorous. Those are the virtues that they use to get women. But that shit don't mean nothing no more.
Social media talk, I don't think that it's healthy for us to have this mindset, because
I don't think it's healthy either, but you can't expect these men to be psychic. Like, they can't look at you and say, Daylin is going to be the type of person who's going to appreciate if I lift the chair.
It doesn't doesn't even matter if you're a fucking good woman or not now. Yous don't realize how far yous push this shit. Even if you're a good woman, it doesn't even matter. Niggas don't give a fuck. The same way yous don't care to be nice to a man and just say hi. When a man says nice dress and you go, ilk. Or a man goes, woof. And you go, no, no, no. Not for you. Yous can't even let a nigga give you a compliment like, yeah, thanks. I know well, you ain't my type, but yeah, thank you. Think I look cute? Thank you. Thanks for the, you know what I mean? Thanks to come. Use a fucking shit on a nigga any chance you get, and then that same goofy nigga, when you're tripping fall, say, oh, you ain't gonna help me up? You can't even let me fucking hoot at you and smile and say, oh, yeah, I still got it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't even give us that. But I'm supposed to fucking what the fuck is wrong with you women? Chivalry died because yous killed it, not because men wanted to stop being chivalrous. It's a symbiotic thing. One hand wash the other, and they both wash the face. Yous want one hand to wash the face, while you do whatever you want with your hand. You get it? You don't even want to fucking clean your hand. You dipped your hand in the filth of the world and the lies, and now you want me to clean your dirty ass hand? No. Clean your fucking hand up, then we'll wash it up together. You know, clean your attitude up. And then we can wash the face of relationship between men and women. we can put a whole new face on it. Because right now it's got black face. That was a good one, I swear. I know the Lord laughed at that one.
And open the door for her.
That was a good one.
You know, some other woman is going to put me on TikTok because how dare I open the door for her or think that I can't do something. Like, literally, it's like, these are the conversations women need to be having with themselves about why we continue to communicate these messages, even if it's not us who's doing it. Like, these women are going viral saying,
yes. See, now, the only way to bring these things back is women. We can't fix the problem. You gotta stop the women that are talking crazy like this, and the women that, I don't need no man, and I don't want no help. Well, the more men hear that, the more we believe it. That's it. We believe you could do anything, I could do better. You get it? I believe you. Isn't that what you wanted, to be treated equal and say, you could do anything, I could do better? So, alright, I believe you. Now, when you're ready to say, I'm a woman and I need you, and I can't do everything better than you, and I need you to get over here and open this goddamn soda can so I can drink this soda pop. I need you to get over here and get this pickle jar. I'm tired of breaking my nails. Like, stop stunting.
the most vile things, but then you guys want to turn around and have and then I'm seeing videos of women saying, well, where are the men? It's like, bruh, you sitting up here, the mixers, they're not coming to the mixers. Why aren't they coming to the mixers? Because you guys are filming them while you guys are on dates. You guys are humiliating them. You guys are doing all of these things. Like, why?
Yeah, there's nothing like watching a fucking dating type thing, and then a woman is videotaping a dude, ragging him. You could rag him and not put him on the video. God damn! Damn! You done said his government name in the video. You got his face all up in there. Like, the man already got bad enough luck. He looked the way he looked. He might be really corny like you're saying. You ain't gotta put him on the screen. Maybe that's why men are starting to do this. Maybe, just maybe, other men actually care about the assassination of other men. Maybe we actually care about each other. Where we're like, yo, you're really gonna keep doing dudes like that? Alright, I'm not gonna let you do me like that. I'm not letting you do him like that. And I'm gonna pull back for some of our brothers. Since y'all want to just destroy my brothers, I'm gonna stop being so nice. Maybe they'll wake up one day when they start realizing, now you're stuck with dick, and some more dick. Maybe you wake up one day and say, well, dick's not all that I need. You get it? Maybe I do need a man as a friend, a boyfriend. You know, the one you don't sleep with, he's actually just your friend and he's a boy. But you gotta be useful to that man. You're not enough. Yous need to stop with that shit. I'm enough to be around, right? No. No one is. Your usefulness. Get it? What the fuck are you gonna help me get in life? That's what friends do. Friends don't let their friends fucking sit at home to them. I can't find a woman. Y'all need to start helping some of these niggas out. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Y'all talking about why my friend zone niggas don't want to pay my rent no more. What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all be abusing men so bad. Yous have abused men to the point where now yous are talking about why don't yous help us? Because yous abused and abused and abused and abused and abused and abused. Are we almost done paying for the sins of our fathers and our grandfathers? Are we done? Because the other guys don't get it. I get it though. There was a lot of men that really used that Bible back in the day and thought they had the authority over women, but didn't realize it never said that. You gotta follow the law to do that. You don't get full authority. Why? Because when you follow the law, you realize the Lord's in charge. So, you know, if you know, you know.
Would anybody want to deal with that? So I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that men are perfect. I am not going to say that. I have my complaints about men.
Only the Lord is. That's why he's the one that leads your relationship. The man doesn't. Why yous keep fighting us like you're not the head of the household? Yeah, I know, because the Lord is my head. I'm telling you what to do, but it's because he wrote this book down, and I'm just relaying the messages. So when you tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, then you're talking to my head. Because I didn't make this shit up, so you're directly telling God you're a fucking idiot. And I ain't following your rules.
But what I'm saying is that if it were you in the situation, just replace the men in the situation with, say it was you and how you would feel if you were getting all of these mixed messages you didn't know to do, and then people expect you to be psychic. Like, you're supposed to know that girl wants me to open the door for her, but that girl doesn't. That girl will let me say hi to her in the gym.
No. Let me give you a better scenario. You've been getting shit on for women for multiple years of your life. You can't get highs, buys, glances. You're getting turned down on all types of dates. You're trying to date other bitches that are uglier than you, thinking maybe if I'm ugly or something. And then you're getting rejected by them too. They're acting like the fucking hot girl summer. And then one day you feel broken inside and say, should I just give up? And then you're like, yeah. And then you're like, all right, if I give up on them, I'm not talking to them no more. I need to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do with happiness. What's my happiness now? Because it ain't women. You get it? You did that to a lot of men. You made men just say, all right, that's not my life. I'm not a part of that. I'm not giving them anything because they don't give me anything. It's even. I've seen men give their lives for women they didn't know. Literally. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all abuse this shit for so long, and yous have gone so off the rails of reality of, I'm a dime, I'm a this, and I'm a that. Half the fucking men you treat like shit could have been your husband. You're chasing around a bunch of bozos that don't do nothing for you, really. And the men that will do shit for you, you blow them off all the time. And then expect those same men to keep doing nice things for you. Because we know the ones you's going on all these dates with, they're not doing it. If they were, yous wouldn't be complaining. You're complaining about the shit that these men that you sleep with, the things they won't do for you. It's a joke.
And that girl will put me on TikTok. like
You'll never know.
I mean, I think you can just ask man, do you need help?
That's why
Like,
you would feel regretful about being a gentleman. You don't get a direct reward for being a gentleman.
like if they need help.
Gentlemen help ladies. Most women are not ladies no more. That's not something you just throw on and slap on a title. No, you have to do certain things to be a lady. Just like you have to do certain things to be a man. Just because you grow up and your body's fully grown, you're a full-grown adult. That means your body grew, your brain grew. Did you mature to adulthood, though? You see how that works? Anybody can grow up. Do you mature, though? You only mature when you do things. Your body automatically grows up. You don't have to fucking do anything.
Well, you know what? You should at least get a thank you.
I think
You know what? Listen, I help people all the time. I help people who are.
I think AC's on a delay. AC, were you saying something?
Yeah, I was just wondering why she didn't just ask him, hey, can you help me? It wasn't that hard. It's not that hard to ask.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, a lot of yous don't get help because you just won't ask. You'll stare at a man, look back at it, like I said, and then put the shit face on. Ask for help. I shouldn't have to. You should be a gentleman. We live in a time where a lot of women do things on their own. I don't know if you're one of those or not. So I'm not wasting my time when all it takes is for a couple of words. Help. Can you help me? That's too much? Okay, alright, it's too much for you to do. I get it.
Man, hey, like, I'm short, so when I travel, I'm asking the person next to me, hey, I can't reach that. Can you help me with that? It's not that hard. It's just, I don't understand why you had to make a TikTok about it saying, you know.
Correct.
I don't think she was bashing the young man. I just think she was pointing out an experience. Like, who's to say that you hadn't had an experience like that prior and have had?
That's very true. The thing is, like she said, I don't have no respect for men that don't help women that are struggling in front of them. Alright, no problem. And then she also said, I only have sympathy for young people and older people and women. So, you don't like any men, and you don't think any men should have mercy or sympathy and shit, but we should help you. You don't like any man. You don't think any man deserves anything at all. And we automatically have to fucking do things for people that believe we don't deserve anything. Not even I'm gonna ask for help. You know? You just should automatically know, like a robot. You're a fucking robot, nigga. When you see that shit, you just do it. Don't matter if you got back problems. Don't matter if you just got off work. It don't matter that every woman in your life fucking abused you and had you picking things up and putting them down and you're having traumatic flashbacks. It doesn't matter. You go over there and take one for the team. No. No. Yous are fucking lucky the Lord is real and that he has men like me still out here. Yous are lucky. Yous are really lucky because if it wasn't for the Lord, bro, every single man would have been like this. They would have turned ice cold already. It's only the grace of the Lord. You know, because of lack of knowledge, you know, when you don't understand why women are doing this, then you get angry and real fucking mad and you're like, fuck them. But when the Lord gives you knowledge, you feel sorry for them like Jesus. And you say, Father, forgive them because they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. I don't need no man. Oh, can't you just leave me alone? I can do it. I got it. You know? And then the Lord said, be careful what you say because you're going to get exactly the things you say. You can speak the future. You get it? You know? Like the Lord spoke us into existence, life into existence. Well, that's why the Lord said, don't say things you don't mean. And a lot of women for a long time said, I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I don't want your help. I don't want your help. So you made a magnetized bubble around you, and maybe that's why men just walk by you, and then other women, they help them because they never say that. Maybe they never say it, so they didn't build up this verbal fucking force field to repel men automatically. Maybe that's what's going on. All love and all praise to the Most High. Start speaking men back into your life. You know? Like, I love men. I love when men help me. Can some man just help me? And then when the Lord brings you to him, please don't shit on that man. Please, please, please.